Greetings and welcome back. I'm Dugout Man and this is my Grassroots to Glory series with Sandbach United. And if you haven't seen my highlights package from between the Winsford match and today's matches against New Mills and some other teams, go back and watch them. There's a spoiler alert on the screen right now, so you want to be not looking at that and going and watching the highlights. That's one thing with my series, is you get to see every goal from every game. It takes a little bit longer. I do want to apologise for the length of time between videos recently. You would have thought with this coronavirus outbreak and everybody being on lockdown, it would make it a bit easier for me to get videos out. But I'm actually working more hours than I was before because I'm allegedly classed as a key worker. I'm driving my bus around for 50, 60, sometimes 70 hours a week and carrying very few people on it, but apparently I'm still a key worker, so I'm having to work really hard outside of this. Plus also I'm having to fight with my kids for my computer when I am at home, because obviously the kids are at home too. So it's been a real challenge to get these videos out, so I'm trying to get a couple of videos out to you in fairly quick succession, so that if you're watching them as they come out, it would be beneficial for you to understand that obviously I haven't got the same time as a lot of other people who put content onto YouTube. So our form has been pretty indifferent as of late, because as you can see from where was it? So from here we beat Winsford in our last live com, and then we played Burscough three times before we finally worked out how to beat them, with City of Liverpool in the middle. AFC Emley was a draw, Hanley was a defeat, and Congleton was a draw. That particular period has been really frustrating for me. We then changed the tactics to 4-3-3 and had a little bit better, but more recently I've changed that 4-3-3, and we are going to be brave and try it out for all three games against New Mills, Northwich and Bootle. But we are going to have Bailey Prudhoe on the bench, I think, just so that if we need to go to wingers, we've got Bailey Prudhoe there, because he's been a quality player for us this season, and sadly this formation leaves him a little bit in the lurch. And this is the team that we're going to go with today against New Mills. We're going to jump straight into it when we've gone through the team very quickly. We've got Canning goal, Earl Ellis, who is, you'll remember, the 35-year-old now. He's gone up a year since we signed him. He's the experienced centre-back, and he's going to be partnered today by Taylor, who's been playing pretty well in games when he's had the opportunity, even scored recently. So that's Jack Taylor. Then Muggleton, ever reliable. Mellon is going to play as a ball-winning defender. He's going to have a lot of work to do today, so I hope he can cope with it. Berry, Griffiths and Vincenti. Now this little period with Haynes and Smith up front, this little period of playing this tactic could make or break our season, because it's a real risk to introduce a new tactic like this. But what I wanted to do was give us 3 games against 3 very different teams, just to see how this does for us. It may be that by half time in the first game we're having to change because we're getting hammered, or it may be that we find that it is the bee's knees. But certainly midfield is a major issue. But my intention is that we don't play too much through the middle, but actually we bypass the middle. These guys get to be creative. Haynes gets to hold the ball up so Berry can run around him. And Smith is pushing the line. If he can get one-on-ones, he will score. So there's a lot of creativity. Berry coming from deep, Haynes just trying to occupy this middle point here, and Smith pushing the line. That is the theory behind it. We've got 5 attackers, 5 defenders in effect. So let's get straight into the game and see how we go. I am really nervous, it has to be said. And as you can see, a lot of our players aren't particularly happy with the roles that they've been given in this. But we're not going to stress about that. I have got a few signings on my sleeve. And this was actually the one formation that I was a little bit reticent on playing this against. But let's see how we do. So, straight into a highlight early doors. Mellon, who is our deepest midfielder. And Vincenti, to Tom Griffiths, a young lad coming through. Muggleton with the crossing, and Haynes at the back post, and that is 1-0. That is a great start to the new tactic. 3 minutes exactly on the clock, and it is 1-0. Of course, it's still early days, so we can't be saying this is a super tactic, anything like that. But it's something that I've been sort of like toying with for a while, trying to just be more attacking with the team. We've been counter-attacking for a lot. Which is what the board want us to be, is counter-attacking. But I have to say that, we've got good players in the team who have been doing really well. So I want it to be attacking, and that is a great way to start. So, now, how will we cope on the wing? Berry doesn't quite make the tackle that he wants. There's an overlap there, but Berry has done well in holding him up. But now he's left his man, and Griffiths, the cross doesn't work. And we've got a Griffiths, and he launches the ball to Haynes, who has skinned his man. He's going to run all the way on his own and slots home for his second of the game already, just 9 minutes into the game. And he's got 2 goals. And I'm really excited at the moment. I was really nervous at the start, but all of a sudden the excitement is growing. The first time that we've played attacking in any way, shape or form in this series. And look how it's come for us. But as you know, games can quickly turn around, so we won't count our chickens too much yet. But quarter of an hour in, and it looks like a highlight for New Mills. They've given it away, and Sonny Haynes is clean through yet again. Oh, and this time it's just wide of the post. That would have been a hat-trick in the first 15 minutes of the game. And I really wish that this would stay as I keep putting it, but it doesn't. It's a bit annoying, but there we go. So as we can see at the moment, New Mills are having more possession. So technically we are playing counter-attacking, but we are controlling them, even though they've got a lot of players in the same places as we have. We've done really well in getting the ball over the top, setting Haynes away. And that is where all the attacks are really coming from, that of note. And they've given it away again. Vicente finds Dan Smith, who's put Haynes through again. He's got players to beat, but it has fallen kindly to him. And there it is, 39 minutes, less than 39 minutes it's taken Haynes to get his hat-trick. And New Mills are sinking here without a trace. I hope I don't live to regret those words. But Haynes battled through with one defender, good sliding tackle, but it just ricocheted off Haynes. Fell beautifully for him to leave him with a nice easy finish. And that is 3-0. So straight from the goal, there is another highlight. It usually means a goal. And Vicente has won the ball back and has found Dan Smith in space. He's put the ball across. Francis hoofs it downfield. It was a poor cross really from Smith, but now Haynes, he's going through. Is this to be number 4? Oh, Francis just deflects it wide for a corner. Griffiths takes the corner. Ellis will pick up the ball and get fouled. Was he inside? No, he's outside. It's a free kick. Griffiths will take to the far post, and it's gone past everybody for a goal kick. So realistically now we just want to hang on to half time. That looked offside to me. Canner's made the save. It wasn't given as offside, and we've now got a corner to face. So can New Mills get themselves back into this game before the break? Taylor heads it out. Good solid header. Griffiths will turn for New Mills. And finally they do get the goal. And it was a disappointing way to concede it as well, because to be honest, they're not learned from the first time round and just left whatever his name is, El Amrani. I give up. These names. I would use his first name, but that's not much easier to say. So Griffiths picks up the ball, finds Dan Smith. As we approach half time, Dan Smith crosses the ball. Berry just had to find one of the sides of the goal, and it would have been 4. He's through again though now. Pulls it back to Haynes, and it is. Sonny Haynes has got 4. And this is incredible. I'll tell you what we are doing. We're going in at half time with a 4-1 lead, because I am not throwing this away now. I mean, Berry was so unlucky with his first one, but when it came back in, he pulled it back beautifully for Haynes. Francis was unlucky because he got a good hand to it, but it just trickled in to the post and in. A 4-1, that is brilliant. So we've got to half time. We've had 11 shots to their 5, 6 on target to their 4, and possession is just about even. They're just edging it ever so slightly. But I'm really excited. I think we've played some exciting football. I'm a little bit concerned about the goal we conceded, but we're not going to change anything just yet. We'll leave the team as it is. And there's only one thing you can say here. I'm far from pleased. No, I'm only joking. I'm very happy with the way things are going. Keep it going. And we've got to offer a little bit of praise to Sonny, because he has been sensational. Absolutely sensational. 4 goals. Could have been 5. And on to the second half. Just realised we're still on defensive, so we'll put it up to balance. There's no need to be super attacking now when we're 4-1 up. So Dan Smith's looking tired, so we'll make a sub straight away. No point in keeping him on. Chandler Bing, come and have a go. And we'll take Vigenti off as well, because he's another one looking a little bit tired. And give Seal his opportunity as an advanced playmaker. None of these are particularly overwhelmingly good in the roles that they have been playing, but they've been certainly doing their job today. We've got a couple of guys who we're hoping to sign, 19 years old, both of them both fluent in advanced playmaker roles, as Laird goes close, who potentially could. Now, I don't know if you've ever seen this before, and it'll either fail or it'll work. But usually when you go very attacking, it usually ends all the highlights. So we're going to chuck the kitchen sink at them. There is a sub needed in our defence, but we haven't got any defenders. So what can we do? We'll put Stephen Brogan on, and Lewis Earl can play as the centre back. And Brogan's on the wrong side. He doesn't like that side, but for 10 minutes I'm sure he can manage it. So we're going very attacking, and it seems to have killed the highlights up to now. Of course, if they score, we will be shutting up shop, hoping to end this game at 4-2 if they do score. Fitzgerald with a shot hits the post. That was close. I'm nervous. Why am I nervous when it's such a comfortable lead at the moment? The ball's crossed in. Chandler Bing with the header, so unlucky, hits the bar. And get 5 goals with your first time of using it against a team who beat you in the league last season. It would have been really, really encouraging. But we'll keep pressing on. This could be the 3rd win in a row after a really rocky spell. The 4-4-2 is a distant memory at the moment, as Amrani has scored. El Amrani has scored again. Oh no, he hasn't. It has been disallowed. We're not going to panic. Yeah, you were offside, mate, so don't worry about it. 4-1. I am chuffed to bits with that. And that is it. 4-1. All the goals to Sonny Haynes, who was absolutely incredible. And there's some really encouraging ratings there, except for, again, Chandler Bing. Although I thought he was quite unlucky not to get a goal when he hit the crossbar. Again, we've got to passionately praise our 4-goal man. And that was one of our catch-up games as well. So what that does do is really help us with a 3-goal swing in our goal difference against Nelson. And yeah, so 4-1. On to the next game. I'll see you straight after this cut. So I was about to start the next match, and I suddenly recognised that we didn't have a left back in position, and sadly the reason for that is because I hadn't read my inbox, and apparently Sam Muggleton has been poached from us. He's gone on to Knaresborough, who I've never heard of before. I'm really disappointed. Sam Muggleton was a good player for us. We do have a replacement for him, so it's not the end of the world, but I was really enjoying the way that he was playing. He was a really good player, and you know, I don't think he's gone to a team that's particularly much better than ours, so it really is disappointing that he's decided to go for that. I mean, I suppose estimated value-wise they're a lot better than us, but I'm really disappointed. Sam Muggleton, we do wish him well. He was a great player for us. He was really good at crossing the ball in, and so farewell to him, and we wish him all the best. But now that leaves us with a little bit of a dilemma. We have got Stephen Brogan, who I think is a more than adequate replacement. He's a good little player. Let's just see who we can replace him with on the bench. So I think we'll have Matthew Littrop on the bench for this. Oh, I nearly forgot. We have signed another player, Josh Osterfield, who is a natural as an advanced playmaker and a pretty good shadow striker too, which I have to admit we might actually be needing, as Berry is in advanced talks with Whitby Bay as well, so we may well be losing him. And also we've signed Brad Binns, who can play right across the right and left, so he's going to be a useful player to us, but he is a really good advanced playmaker, and he is going to be coming in today in place of Vicente. But either way, he's a really good advanced playmaker, and yep, so Tom Griffiths can stay where he was for now because he had a really good game last time. And is there anybody else that we want to try and find a spot for in this team? Ryan Seal, you're the assistant manager. We don't really need you now. Okay, so this is my final decision. Cam as the goalkeeper. Earl, Ellis and Taylor get another go together. Brogan, Mellon as the ball-winning midfielder with Berry, Griffiths. Binns gets his debut, and Haynes and Smith. So the only changes are Binns and Brogan. It is quite soon after the last match, so we might find our players are tired, but we'll go with that. I intend to only give Griffiths between 45 minutes and 60 minutes anyway, because I want to see how the other advanced playmaker is. So it'll be interesting to see whether this formation can break our run of draws that we've been having away from home. We did, of course, win one game away from home recently, but all the other games that we've had away from home, we've either lost or drawn. So far, we're a good half an hour into the match before we get our first highlight. And it's good passing from Northwich. Ellis has got round his man far too easily there, and the slide, I could see it coming 5 minutes before it happened. And a penalty. This is a bad start. But the keeper saves it. Yes. I was worried, but now we've got to survive the corner. Pointless surviving a penalty to then concede from the corner, and it's just over. And at the moment, I'm a little bit concerned. We are getting more shots than them, but they have got a lot of possession. So Ellis has picked up an injury. That sort of complicates things a little bit. I'll try and get him through to half time. Griffiths with a free kick. Right on half time. Oh, what a goal! The young lad has done it. Griffiths with Was that his first goal? It was a beautiful goal. Great free kick. Keeper had no chance. Right in the postage stamp. 1-0 Sandbach United. Griffiths, can we hold on to half time? We can. And I am pleased with that. But this is definitely a don't get complacent out there situation. So Dan Ellis has picked up an injury. Chandler Bing will have to come on for him. So we won't be taking Sonny Haynes off despite his booking. And we can't take Griffiths off after he's just done that. What we can do with our tactics is just drop it back to positive. Go for the second half. So we have the lead, so we don't need to be quite as attacking. They've got to come at us, and if we can find a little bit of... So we're 60 minutes in, and I just feel realistically like I want to change something here. So watch this for an idea. So we'll do via the tactics. But what I'm thinking is push these guys up. Do you know what, I might leave them asymmetric so that it gives us something different to look at. Nobody's expecting us to play that. So Sonny Haynes, who do we replace you for? Wicks. Binns can come to the middle. Griffiths, you're going to come off for Bailey Prudo. And actually, I've just remembered something. These two don't play attacking. So what we'll do is we'll play them like that. So, a little bit of a spin around, but confirm the changes. Hopefully it doesn't cost us the game. As Brogan swings in a free kick. And I'm not sure who headed that. Was it Taylor at the back post or Berry? And a little bit of a shout. Demand more. Got to keep them focused. We're certainly not been conceding too many highlights, which is a good sign. We've got some tired guys on the pitch though. Time is running out. Let's drop to cautious. Hopefully there'll be no more highlights, and this will be the end of the game. There's a highlight. It's starting in our... It's crossed in Bailey Prudo. He's not had much time on the pitch recently, but it has not stopped him scoring. And that is 2-0, is it? No, it's not. I've made myself look like a right idiot. It's 1-0. It was disallowed. What a shame for Bailey Prudo, though. He's not been getting many chances. Has the goal disallowed, but a 1-0 win away from home, we will take that up. And that really does help us. Well done, lads. A good win for us. Nobody specifically shone. Tom Griffiths scored a cracking free kick. But let's see where that leaves us in context to the other matches. So as you can see, we have made up our two games in hand, and on goal difference we are ahead of Nelson with 32 games played. And yeah, that 1-0 win against Northwich, that was a good result really, away from home. Northwich are in a little bit of... Oh no, they're 7th. I thought they were a bit lower down than that, so actually it was a good result. Longbridge are still chasing us, and Congleton, Avro are a little bit too far behind, I would have thought now. So realistically, Congleton and Longbridge and Nelson are the teams that we've got to keep ourselves ahead of. Nelson have really cranked up the form more recently, as have Longbridge now, with four wins in 5 for them, 3 wins and 2 draws for Nelson, proving a hard team to beat. We are 4 wins on the bounce, and let's hope that we can continue that into our next game, which is of course against Bootle. I'll see you the other side of this. So we're going to stick with a largely unchanged side, apart from our central defence has changed. So Can as the goalkeeper, Earl at the right back, Miles Anderson, welcome to the club, a new signing for us. a little bit in decline by the looks of it. He's been on trial with us for a while. We've managed to sign him. Got to give him a run out straight away. It looks a good defender. Got decent pace for this level. Fairly well rounded as well. So we're going to give him a little bit of a show out today alongside Chandler Bing. Just wanted to freshen up the centre back positions. Brogan on the left with Mellon in that ball winning midfielder role, with Berry, Griffiths and Binns, Haynes and Smith. I can't take Griffiths out with the way he's been performing, so the likes of Osterfield will have to just wait for their opportunity. But I do also want to introduce you to another striker that we've signed, to Chris Holroyd. He's an experienced striker that I've signed. I think he could be quite a good short-term acquisition just to help us in this time, and especially in case we lose any of our key strikers over the coming weeks. Constantly our players are under transfer offers. Berry, Smith, Haynes, Prudo, all getting offers from other teams, but they keep staying. They're pretty loyal at the moment, but as we found out with Leeds United, that can very quickly change. So I thought it would be important for us just to get another backup striker, who I think he's a little bit of an upgrade on Chandler Bing for the target man role. Chris Holroyd is a good acquisition. Hopefully he'll be one to help us just push towards this promotion that we're hoping for. So let's see our game today against Bootle. Bootle are a team that we should be beating really. And they have played a 4-4-2, which is exactly what Northwich played, and we weren't overly creative against them. So we will have to see how we do with that. So I'm going to hand over to the assistant. He seems to have done a reasonable job of that. So we will get straight into the game and see how we go. Now, if chances aren't being created, I will make us more direct, just simply because I think that line of 4 across the middle might have been causing us the issue. Hale does well, but his ball forward doesn't help us, but he gets it back, gets another chance. The ball has gone long. Dan Smith one-on-one early doors. Oh, and that has got to be a sending off. He's got a yellow card. That is ridiculous. That was as much a sending off as you could ask for. He was clean through. Brogan with the penalty, slots it home. 1-0 early doors, but I'm annoyed about that. That should have been a red card. There's absolutely no question. That was a red. Nice little penalty though. We can be happy with the start. Less than 8 minutes gone, 1-0 up. So early doors of possession looks pretty much 50-50. Dan Smith and Brogan, the ball's crossed in. Haynes with the header. He loves this formation, Haynes. That is his 5th goal in the 3 live matches that we've had in this episode. So that's some form for Sonny Smith. It was a great cross in from Brogan. Muggleton's not been missed that much. Brogan stepped into his position quite happily, and that is one good thing about just having a player in backup. If ever we lose a player, there's always somebody just to step in. I suppose that's the importance of having a squad, really. So they've got some players who are looking pretty tired already. I'm confident at the moment that we could get another 4 or 5 goals in this match, I think, if we play it right. Over the top from Tollon now, and this could be 2-1. Great save from Can. He handled that so well. And Anderson and Chandler Bing, they play it back. So we've got to watch that over the top ball, because that is clearly their tactic at the moment. But early doors, I think we could be reasonably happy with a 2-0 at half time. And I'm tempted to give Osterfield opportunity. Who do we take off? I'm going to go with the young lad. We'll put Osterfield on for him. Do we give Chris Holroyd a run out or not? No, we'll leave it a little bit longer. Yeah, so 2-0, we're reasonably comfortable at the moment. We've got to keep our eye on these yellow cards that we've got. Hopefully it won't lead into a red card. They should have already had a red card, but they do have 3 yellow cards on their team. We now have 4 on ours. So we'll drop it back to cautious and play a more direct. I want to try and miss out there. And do we? Yeah, I think we're going to give Dan Smith a rest as well when we can, of course. So 66 minutes in, Dan Smith has run his heart out game after game for us. And Brad Binns is on a yellow card, so we'll let Vincenti come in and have the last 20 minutes of this game. Let's just hope we don't have a player sent off now, which is normally what happens when you make all your subs. Somebody gets either injured or sent off. So here's Can. Play support to Mellon. Very calm and collected the way they play this. Berry is having to chase a wayward pass. Vincenti wins. Osterfield with a ball through. Holroyd on his debut scores. So he hadn't been on the pitch very long, maybe 10 minutes, and he's already got his first goal for the club. Welcome to the club. Osterfield with a beautifully weighted ball through. Holroyd hit the inside of the post, and that is 3-0. I think actually we could have done so much better in this match. It's been too easy really. We should have been getting 5 or 6 in this, because Bootle have offered very little, and as I say that, they come forward. Are they going to get themselves a consolation goal? Very close. It was a good effort. So in the comments, let me know what you think of this new tactic. It appears to be working really well. Sonny Haynes absolutely fluffs his lines there, but yeah. So we've had a 4-1, was it? 1-0 away from home and a 3-0 against Bootle. I've been really pleased with how that tactics worked out. I've been mulling around with it in my head. It misses out a few key players, so we won't be playing it all the time. But certainly, I think against the likes of Bootle, I think it's a really good, and maybe even a home tactic. It might be worth using it as a home tactic and then using the 4-4-2 as the away counter-attacking style. But yeah, so 3-0 against Bootle. Well done, lads. I don't think there was anyone specifically stood out, but yeah, that was a great result. Well, let's see where that leaves us in the league now. So, New Mills managed a draw with Emley. Avro lost again. Burscough beat Northwich, which really none of these results are of an effect to us. So we just need to move it down, and there we go. Kendall got a draw against Longbridge, which is really good for us. Winsford absolutely hammered Ashton Athletic, but there's one match we're missing there, which has obviously been played at another time, and that is that Nelson lost their last game. I don't know when it was, but we'll take it, because it now means that we are 3 points clear at the top. We have a better goal difference, so we've got a bit of a cushion. Games are beginning to run out for the other teams, so let's just look at our schedule. Beginning to see a lot of green there at just the right time. I think a couple more signings to strengthen our squad will see us home without wanting to sound too confident. But we've got Skelmersdale, Rylands, Ashton Athletic. Then we've got these 4 games towards the end. Longbridge, Nelson and Earlham and Avro. I think they're going to be tough games, and we're going to come back for those games. Hopefully, if we can win these 3 games. But what I'll do, I'll play them 3 games, and then we'll come back to Livecom. They run into the end of the season. We may have to run 4 games in one episode. That is going to be a bumper. If you like what you've seen, tell me what you think of the tactic. Like and subscribe, and leave a comment. It'd be great to hear from you. Thanks for watching. I'm Dugout Man, and I'm out.